In Haiti, an impoverished country with densely packed communities and poor sanitation, disease can spread quickly. A surge in coronavirus cases is pushing the two main hospitals in the capital of Port-au-Prince to capacity. But international aid to Haiti has been hard for the United Nations to raise since 2010, when UN peacekeepers there introduced cholera to the country.
There's been a funding issue, right? We haven't had the funds that we need.
The source of the cholera epidemic that ultimately claimed 10,000 lives was unclear at first, but was ultimately traced to the inadequate handling of sewage at a Nepalese UN peacekeeping base.
We apologize to the Haitian people.
The Secretary General at the time, Ban Ki-moon, eventually apologized for the UN's handling of the crisis. In a new memoir, he calls it a lasting stain on the UN's reputation. The UN has since spent more than $700 million fighting cholera in Haiti, and another $8 million so far in victim-led community development. But a U.S. court ruled that the United Nations could not be sued for damages due to diplomatic immunity, and no victims have ever been directly compensated.
We are not liable legally on this matter, but that does not mean that we are not responsible morally. That's why I did my best to really support Haitian people.
It's completely misleading and manipulative.
International law professor and former UN Special Rapporteur Philip Alston says the UN may have immunity in court, but it does have a responsibility to compensate victims under its own charter.
This is not a question of a moral duty, it's a legal duty. We screwed these people, we've got to pay for it.
In his book, Bond describes lawyers who attempted to get compensation for Haitians who lost loved ones as attempting to extort the UN. Mario Joseph was one of those lawyers.
We need him to repair Haiti to people who the mother killed on cholera, who cannot go to school, cannot have potable waters. That's why it's a heritage of Mr. Ban Ki-moon.
Haiti hasn't had a new case of cholera in 2 years, but the country has yet to recover, with yet another deadly disease on the rise. Kristen, Saloomey, Al Jazeera, the United Nations.